What's up, y'all? Exodus 1, aka Indigo Sky, aka y'all already know who it is. Trigger ranking in this thing. So I about to curse just now. Hey man, so what's up, y'all, bro? We about to get into a couple of reactions and shit and stuff and see what we got going on here. Um, okay, first off, let me see. Wherever y'all coming in from, y'all let me know. City, state, providence, country, sovereign entity, wherever you coming from, let me know. So, um, this video right here we're gonna do is about DL Hughley and what he said on Vlad TV about Charlie Kirk. So we're about to get into this, y'all. We about to, you know what I'm saying, like just analyze this right quick. See what he's talking about, where he coming from with it. But my thoughts from my thoughts from me. Whatever happened to Charlie Kirk, it shouldn't have happened, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know he might have had spoke a lot of these things into existence and stuff like that or whatever, but at the end of the day, man, nobody deserves to be silenced permanently over, the way that they feel or the way that they think. We got something called the First Amendment, which is free speech. Y'all know what the Second Amendment means. The Second Amendment is play with me, you're gonna get. So let's check it out, y'all. We finna listen to Poetic Flock on this first one, y'all. Let's see what he got going on. See what he's talking about. It says Vlad TV guest is in big trouble for saying this about Charlie Kirk. So let's do this.
Our boy DL Hughley is being canceled online for saying some pretty harsh things about Charlie Kirk. People are currently upset about two interviews in particular. His interview with Don Lemon and his interview with Vlad TV. In both of these interviews, he called Charlie Kirk a horrible human being and kind of talked about why he don't believe that Charlie Kirk was assassinated.
They bantering the word assassination around Charlie Kirk was not a political figure. I mean, he might have been influential to political figures. He wasn't a political figure. He wasn't assassinated. He was shot.
Black people's feelings fall on a spectrum when it comes to Charlie Kirk, right? It's not a monolith, like it's a spectrum. Some people,
I don't give a damn what DL down low Hughley say. That man was assassinated. You don't wait till 3,000 to 4,000 people come around and then unalive somebody. So
kind of feeling differently about Charlie Kirk. I never really had any type of strong emotions towards Charlie Kirk when he was alive, and I don't have it now that he's dead. You feel me? I feel like it's unfortunate that he's dead. I feel like
it's bad that he died. I gotta go, bro. I'm gonna come back to you. Yeah, that's my old lady. Yeah, that's my old lady calling me and shit, bro.
I didn't really think about Charlie Kirk all that much when he was alive, so I'm not gonna fake emotions that I just don't have. But there are some people who have a strong hatred for Charlie Kirk. And DL Hughley
I don't hate Charlie Kirk. I don't love Charlie. Well, I have to love him as a Christian. I gotta love him as a Christian, as a God fan. I gotta love him. But I never hated him. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Even some of the things that he said, I disagree with them vehemently. Vehemently, I did not like a lot of points that he hit on and said about certain things. But at the end of the day, that's how he thought. We're going to let him think how he thought. That's his own brain. We're not gonna take a firearm and unalive this man because he think different from me. That's why I like the fact that he would go and debate, because if somebody was able to defeat him in a debate, and if they started doing it so many times, it's gonna come to the point where he's gonna change. That's why at the bottom of all this, we feel like it's a certain country that has something to do with him being unalive. We're not gonna say the country, but we're gonna go on with the video.
On that spectrum. But regardless of your hatred for Charlie Kirk, I do feel like you make yourself look crazy when you're dishonest about your interpretation of his life. You see, when Charlie Kirk was killed, Charlie Kirk was assassinated. And D.L. Hughley saying he was not assassinated, I think, is an attempt to undermine the life of Charlie Kirk. Because his reason for it, well, Charlie Kirk was not a political figure, so hence he wasn't killed. I'm not making no comparison to Charlie Kirk and MLK, there is none, nor to Malcolm X, there is none. But by your definition, Martin Luther King was not a political figure. Was he not assassinated? He was assassinated because they killed him for his ideology, just like they killed Charlie Kirk for his ideology. So again, I'm not saying by no means that Charlie Kirk is MLK. Don't misinterpret me and don't clip this.
Don't clip him, y'all.
But Charlie Kirk was assassinated because he was killed for his political ideology. The literal meaning of assassination is the act of killing someone, especially a prominent person, through treacherous or planned violence, often for political or ideological reasons. The term implies a premeditated murder, a surprise attack, or a treacherous act. Right?
JFK, RFK, Martin Luther King, MLK, Charlie Kirk. It's all the same, bro. It's ideology. It's what they felt, how they felt as far as the temperature in the country, where they wanted the temperature to go, how they wanted the people to be, things of that nature. And all of that got all four of them taken, well, all five of them taken out, including Charlie.
Than a spontaneous one. I think even if you don't like Charlie Kirk or you feel like he was a terrible.
And D.L. Hughley to me, bro, this is besides what we talk, bro. The man ain't never really been funny to me. Mad cornballish material. Never wanted to just be like, oh, I'm finna go watch the DL. I never watched the D.L. Hughley show. I never even wanted to watch, even when the Kings of Comedy came out, I would fast forward past his part because it's he's not funny to me, bro. Steve Harvey funny that, and Steve Harvey ain't even that guy. There, Steve Harvey did goofy with the all that shit ass
human being.
Shit
as D.L.
ass.
Hughley would express shortly.
Shit ass nigga.
This fits Charlie Kirk. He was assassinated. And it goes for something like.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on. I got commercial. I'm gonna stop this one after this one, then I'm gonna come back. Hold on.
D.L. Hughley would express shortly. This fits Charlie Kirk. He was assassinated. Thinking Charlie Kirk was assassinated doesn't mean you're putting Charlie Kirk on the same pedestal or platform as MLK or others. Some people do, and they're in their own rights to do so. Some people don't. They're in their own rights to do so. But we can all agree that this man was indeed assassinated because it was done because of his opinions about trans people.
He was shot. And that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, that happens to far too many people. But those other two congressmen, they were political figures, and they were shot because of their political beliefs. And it's always, like, we can only have empathy for people if we relate to them, if we spark to them, if we have a tribal connection to them. It is a shame. And the thing that makes me the angriest about this is I always swore that I would never cede my humanity to anybody or any other situation, but that's getting more and more difficult to do because I certainly don't believe a young man, 31 years old, should have lost his life. But Charlie Kirk was a horrible human being. He said horribly incendiary things. As a matter of fact, he died.
Okay, so he said horrible things. Okay, you said horrible things. At the end of the day, it's people that say horrible shit in every race, every facet of life, rich, poor. They say horrible things every day. That does not mean that you should be able to unalive that person because they said something horrible. See, what y'all don't understand is it's a thing called change, and people change. And it was a certain country that Charlie Kirk was aligned to, and I don't know what happened, how it happened, but basically the wool was pulled off of Charlie Kirk's eyes. Charlie Kirk was like, he had a what they call it, an awakening. We could say an awakening as far as his mental, as far as um some of the pros that he was proing. And I think he turned the pros into a con, and that's what really, um, got him up out of here. That's what I think. Now, I
The very
don't
last
know.
words he spoke
I'm just saying that's what
were
I think. That's what
basically
I think.
putting the onus of gun violence on gangs, which is a synonym for synonymous with black people. He blamed the very way he died was lying about black people with his last breath. And I just think
He didn't lie, bro. He just spoke on gang violence. He spoke on gang violence, and the man got taken out as soon as he said something about gangs. He didn't lie, bro. I mean, if gangs was so nice or whatever, they would be something great to get into, like a basketball team or a football team. Ain't nobody around here going to college to be a goddamn gang banger, bro. Like, ain't nobody doing that, bro. Like, I mean, gangs have violence, and that's what gangs do. They're violent. You know what I mean? Y'all gotta look the word gang up and figure out what that shit means.
the best thing I can say is that I hope he believed what he was saying. I hope he believed that lives being lost were worth it so the Second Amendment they can persevere. I hope he believed that there should be a lack of empathy. He was parsing between sympathy. Sympathy means we have a similarity. We can empathy means I have nothing to do with you, but I can still feel your pain as a human being. And I hope he believed all the rhetoric he espoused, because if not, that was certainly an empty, vacant way to live, and certainly a horrible way to die.
One thing that I pride myself on is I always say this, and y'all hear me say this a lot. I don't care if I hate you, I'm not gonna lie on you. All right? If I'm talking about you, if I despise you, I'm gonna talk about what I don't like about you, but I'm not gonna lie on you. When Charlie Kirk was dying, his last words was, I believe, with gun violence, no, with gang violence or no gang violence. He wasn't blaming mass shootings or gun violence on gangs. No. Somebody asked the question, how many mass shootings have there been in the United States? He responded back with gang violence or not gang violence. And why that's important is because if you're counting a mass shooting as, I don't know, somebody like at the bar and they start shooting up like somebody who they're arguing with and them shots hit other people, that's considered a mass shooting. But there's a clear difference between that and a psycho kid who goes to a school and shoot it up. There's a difference between.
And the craziest thing is, like, the key word he said, psycho kid, is you gotta watch out for these psycho children. These children that are not mentally developed, these children that are uh, being bullied in schools, these children that are not being accepted by the masses, aren't cool, looked at as nerds and this and that. Some of them go rogue, and it makes them, how can I, it makes them a monster. Like, like, when a kid go to school every day, they try to do the right thing, try to do everything right, and then they get picked on, beat up, jumped on, all this other shit. That's how supervillains are made. That's how supervillains are made, y'all. And a lot of these parents out here, they need to teach their kids more humility and how to be able to be um, accepting of others, no matter what they got going on, bro. Like, exception is what we need to start teaching our children. Everybody is not going to be the same, bro. You got rich people, you got poor people, you got smart people, you got dumb people, you got people with homes, you got people that's homeless. You got to be able to teach your kids the veracity of the how can I put it, the spectrum of people. Everybody is not going to be the same. Everybody don't have the same thing, man. That's all I can
I
say.
mean, somebody riding through their ops block and shooting up the ops, and
Sometimes I feel like we gotta be able to, you know, just get along, bro. Like just get along, bro. I don't give a damn if you white, you black, you Asian, you Malaysian. I don't give a damn what you is. Y'all need to get y'all ass along out here, bro. We got one life to live. It's one earth. Stop playing games, bro. Like in your lifetime. And I don't know if y'all worship God and all this or whatever. I'm a God fan, man. I'm a Christian. I love Jesus. I love God. I don't even go to church, but I love them. But bro, come on, man. Y'all got to do better, bro. This is just, and like the shit that D.L. Hughley is really saying right now, it's basically like fueling the fire, bro. Like that's really what is keeping this shit going, keeping the fire going. Like he's putting embers on the fire so
and shooting up the op and then missing and hitting a house or so and hitting a couple people. Then this deranged kid coming to like a concert and shooting up the concert. That's what he was asking. So no, he wasn't blaming. Now again, Charlie Kirk has blamed a lot of things on gang violence, but let's not be dishonest about what the last conversation was about from my perspective. Now, D.L. Hughley was also on Vlad TV, and he kind of discussed the things that Charlie Kirk said that he didn't like. And the first thing, even Vlad was like, I kind of agree with Charlie Kirk on this one.
Speaking of domestic terrorists, the Charlie Kirk assassination.
I don't think it was assassination. I think he got shot.
What's the difference?
The difference is he's not a political figure.
Yes.
No, he's not. He's a political influencer. He's not a.
Okay. Yeah,
no, he's not.
Political influencer. Right. He's not an elected official.
He got shot. He got shot, and it's unfortunate. I think, and I think that we live in a world. It's unfortunate that we live in a world and have lived in a country that words can get you killed, but it is a reality. And some of the things that Charlie Kirk said, as far as that he thought that there needs to be death for the preservation of the Second Amendment. He said that execution should be public.
Okay, well, hold on. Death. Okay, the Second Amendment is what again?
The right to bear arms.
This motherfucker. I hope he actually know what the Second Amendment is. Hold on, bro. Let's we gotta go back, bro. I hope DJ Vlad know what the Second Amendment actually is. I hope to God this man know what the fucking Second Amendment is. Stop the damn video, bro. These folks don't even know what the damn First and Second Amendment is, bro. First Amendment, the freedom of speech. Second Amendment, the right to bear arms, bro. Like, how you live in America and you don't know this, bro? Like, what the fuck is y'all talking about?
There needs to be death for the preservation of the Second Amendment. He said that execution should be public.
Okay, well, hold on. Death. Okay, the Second Amendment is what again?
The right to bear arms.
Okay, so what is he saying exactly?
He said that then occasionally people need to die. That they're going to be.
People gonna die if it's a Second Amendment anyway, because you have the right to bear arms. When you're bearing arms and a person is behind the actual gun, someone will get killed eventually. If it's maliciously or if it's a situation to where you're defending yourself. Somebody gonna get killed if we able to carry guns, bro. That's just like a knife. dog. Like we're not gonna be able to cut into the ham or the turkey if we ain't got no motherfucking knife. I mean, come on, bro.
Unfortunately, they're going to be gun deaths or deaths. But he thought that people dying by.
But what he said, what like he's misconstruing what he said. What he said is actually true, bro. We're gonna have to have deaths because, bro, if we're never gonna live in a world where we got weapons and nobody will ever die, bro. People will use their fucking hands to murder somebody. So how far off that is if I got a pistol and I could just, I'm talking about bomb, I could just, you know what I mean? I can get upset with a motherfucker and just, do whatever the fuck I want to do, bro. Nah, bro, we not going down that road, bro.
Guns, basically, was worth it to keep the sanctity of the Second Amendment alive.
Listen, man, I disagree with probably 95% of things that Charlie Kirk has said. But this is one of those things where I got asked, like, what's wrong with that, right? Like, that's a point I believe that, like, a 5-year-old would understand, right? Is, we have certain things, we have certain rights, like, for example, right? You have the privilege of being able to drive a car. There are car deaths every year, right?
Bruh, he broke the shit just like how I said it, bro. I ain't even watched this video yet, bro. But it's just like how I said it, bro. It's like you got licenses to carry a lot of different things. Now, Georgia, you don't even need a license. You just buy a gun, bring it down here, and you good. As long as they ain't got no bodies on it and they ain't stolen, you Gucci, and you ain't no felon. You carry a gun down here anywhere. But I'm just saying, like, people got gun license, one, boom. You got driver's license, boom. I done seen people take their car and run over and kill the police, plow their car into a crowd of people and hurt and other, man, I done seen it before, bro. So it's like, to get rid of guns is stupid to me, bro. Like it just don't make sense, bro. It don't make like plausible sense, bro. Like the evidence don't back the actual factual evidence of us being able to protect ourselves. So you saying like I shouldn't be able to protect myself now? Like, so that means that put the police out of work. Police can't carry a gun. I mean, come on.
Every year, right? When you allow people to drive cars, there's going to be some bad apples like DUIs and other things that result in car deaths. Are those car deaths a necessary evil for your right to drive a car? Probably, right? Just like gun deaths, where we should actively be trying to reform gun laws to find a way to where we can minimize like the casualties each and every year. But the alternative is, do you get rid of all guns or keep your guns and try to deal with the casualties? I don't feel like any black person will look you in your eyes and tell you, yeah, I want to ban guns. Are you crazy? Ban guns? Fam, criminals don't follow the law. Maybe like my stance on this is a tad bit conservative, but I've always believed criminals don't follow the law. They break the laws regardless. The laws are created for people who follow the law in the first place. And the law should not.
If you have crayon on the wall, don't panic. Here's how to fix it fast. Grab a cloth and some white toothpaste. Get your cloth a little bit damp.
In the first place. And
basically it's like, I mean, even like Poetic Flacco saying right now, it's like, my nigga, like you know what I'm saying? We got guns and shit, but bro, it's what you do with the gun as a gun owner. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's what you do with it. That's what is basically the precipice of, you know what I'm saying? What we all trying to do. We trying to, I don't know. I be thinking about utopia type living, y'all. I ain't gonna lie to you. I think about utopia type living, like everybody get along. You know what I'm saying? We ain't, ain't no fighting, ain't no this, ain't no that. Like just, but that's not. That's really not realistic, bro. Like you did. So, hey, I would still be married right now if that was the case.
Laws should not be in place to make law-abiding citizens more unsafe. If you ban guns, the criminals are still going to have guns. It's going to be people like myself who have to have a home, who have to go about in my community unprotected, right? Like breaking in homes is not allowed. They still break in homes, usually armed. Now, no, I don't believe that things like
somebody break in my house with a gun, and I got a gun. What you think I'm gonna do? I mean, what you? What you think I'm gonna do?
an AK-47, right, or a switch, right, or automatic. No, I don't feel like those things, should be allowed on the streets. And maybe we have to, put some provisions in place to stop that. But the solution should not be ban guns. And I believe what he was saying is, if you're gonna have guns, there are gonna be casualties because there's gonna be bad apples. But those bad apples should never be the reason.
If you have guns, there's gonna be tragedies.
You ban something.
And it's ironic that he got killed by a gun.
Okay, I don't totally disagree with that though. I mean, you're gonna have guns in order.
So we don't know how that man got killed. We don't. This is factual evidence. We don't know how he got killed. We know his skin was pierced with something, but we don't know how he was actually killed. We don't know where that came from. We need to figure it out too. We need to figure this shit out. What actually happened? That's another thing we need to talk about, bro. Everybody like on some like, you know what I'm saying? Just kind of brushing it under the rug, bro. Like, bro, we gotta figure this shit out, bro. Like, this ain't nothing to play with, bro. Like, this free speech we talking about here. Like, free speech is something that's what you wake up in the morning and do and say and talk. And, bro, if somebody can control that or want to kill you because of that, shit, I don't know what the fuck going on.
To have guns, there will be access.
Okay,
way,
but
right? That's just, it's not a necessity,
don't
it's
tell
just a
me,
reality.
right, it is a reality.
Yeah.
I just don't think he would be the victim of the very gun violence he was allowed.
Okay, fair enough.
And at the very same time,
ironic.
yeah, so it's also ironic that you said that he talked about empathy was a new age concept, and now you won. He talked about how most gang, deaths were gang murders. Right? When he was saying that he got shot?
Huh? He said most gang deaths, more murder, huh? No, I think what D.L. Hughley was trying to say is Charlie Kirk says that the most mass shooting deaths were gang related. If that was the point that he was getting at, he didn't get a chance to say it because unfortunately he was shot and killed. But and I don't think it's okay for us to assume, because he asked the question. Because the person asked, how many mass shootings have we had? And he says, with gang violence or without gang violence? I don't think we could automatically assume that he was going to lead to, well, most gang shootings like make up for the majority of mass shootings, so hence gang needs to be eradicated. And I'll be real, if that was the point, gangs do need to be eradicated. Get rid of them, all right? And gangs are no good, right?
If it ain't a good gang, get them out of here.
Like, gangs don't provide nothing tangible to like society, right? Yo, gangs are one of the only objectively horrible thing to where you can't find out one positive thing about gangs.
Fans everywhere are losing their minds over an underdog. Just pick higher or lower on your
Positive thing about gangs.
Now he talked about the maladies and all of the things that go on in the black community, was this white on white crime?
Nope. This is
This is
definitely.
now-
This was. Yeah, I mean, technically, it is white on white crime.
It is, but it never
White
is
on white
quite
crime,
categorized that way. This is the thing to me. Virtually,
That's we can't even break that down. What he said. He said that's white on white crime. Like, bro, we don't even know what that is yet, bro. We don't even know what that is, bro. We don't know. We don't even know what really happened yet, bro. We seen some shit. We seen some shit, but I'm looking at these folks.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I don't see the point in it, bro. Like all the hate, bro. Like I ain't never been nobody like that to hate somebody, bro. Like, I ain't
everything he said, biblically, the power of life and death is in the tongue. Doesn't it say something that all these people call themselves Christians, that virtually everything he said happened to him? You talked about public execution, it happened. You talked about the guns needing, that there are a acceptable amount of gun deaths, it happened. You talked about a public execution, it happened. Now, I think he was a horrible human being, but I certainly don't think that
I mean, Diddy is a horrible human being, but I don't want to kill him. You know what I'm saying? Like, might whoop that ass because you beat on Cassie like that. I might beat that ass out here, but I ain't taking the man life. We ain't doing that, bro.
kid is that horrible human beings need to be gunned down. But stop telling me we have a proliferation of angry young white men who get guns. And then they tried to make this, this delineation. Was he transgender? If he left, he right. If he's transgender, if he wasn't transgender, he's a white guy who have a dick. And if he is, he's a white guy who doesn't have one. But the predicate is they're angry white dudes.
These comments by DL erupted on social media. Now they're doing a DL what I think DL kind of did to Charlie, which is like misinterpret exactly who that person is, because now they're calling DL racist. One user says DL is a racist ass. I don't think DL is racist. Like
DL definitely not racist. I just definitely say that about him. He's definitely not racist. He's in the industry. He works with white people all the time.
I don't think DL hates white people. That's absurd. One user went to hit below the belt. He reposted a post where they were talking about how DL Hughley's daughter came out and said that she was sexually assaulted, but her father didn't believe her. And apparently she was assaulted by one of DL's friends. And he would write, both Don and DL are emotionally abusive in their sex.
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
I gotta go back on that.
Who doesn't have one. But the predicate is they're angry white dudes.
These comments by DL erupted on social media. Now they're doing a DL what I think DL kind of did to Charlie, which is like misinterpret exactly who that person is, because now they're calling DL racist. One user says DL is a racist ass. I don't think DL is racist. Like, I don't think DL hates white people. That's absurd. One user went to hit below the belt. He reposted a post where they were talking about how DL Hughley's daughter came out and said that she was sexually assaulted, but her father didn't believe her. And apparently she was assaulted by one of DL's friends. And he would write, both Don and DL are emotionally abusive in their sex pests and their rape.
That's crazy, dog. That's...
Come on now, dog. Come on, man.
So unless any of those things, their opinions mean less than nothing. They're really going with the racist narrative. I don't think DL don't like Charlie Kirk. I don't think DL hates all white people, or I don't feel like DL believes that black people are superior to whites, right? I think DL likes Joe Biden. I think DL likes Bernie Sanders. Like, his opinions are, of course, politically leaning. And just because he don't like your particular white man, I don't feel like he hates all white people, right? And kind of like how when the left does it to the right is bad. Like when people on the left kind of names or,
Damn, he said that shit in there about the daughter, though. I was like, damn. Slid that shit in there about that daughter. I'm like, what the fuck?
Oh, like they kind of just designate all right-wing figures as racist. That's wrong. So you just designating anyone who criticized Charlie Kirk as racist is also wrong, and it's not cool. One user says D.L. Hughley and Don Lemon are two trash humans, just trash, narcissist, evil-hearted, mindless, inhuman.
Man, y'all get the drift, bro. Y'all kicking me in the Karma Cafe. I want y'all to like, subscribe, definitely hit notification bell. Peace, definitely one. Might come back with another one tonight, man. Hey, y'all check out Poetic Flacco, man.